Welcome to the English countryside. 2, 3, Jesus, oh my God!
Sheep, rumpy pumpy, and a little bit of countryside thrown into the mix. It can only mean one thing really tonight here in Leicester Square. We're here at the UK premiere of Steven Frears' new movie Tamara Drewe, starring Gemma Arterton and Dominic Cooper. My name's Andy Oliver, and we'll be hopefully catching up with some of the stars of the movie here on the red carpet, and hopefully the director and producers of the movie as well. But we're also here for a good cause. We're in aid of the Princess Foundation for the Children and the Arts, set up in 2002. You can catch all of the footage here on premierscene.net.
Everyone loves its rural charms, except Tamara Drewe.
What a dump.
What qualities does the wonderful Gemma Arterton bring to a movie set?
Well, she's just lovely, and she looks dazzling, doesn't she? We've seen her in the pictures. She's wonderful.
Now, your movie, along with many other British movies, is funded by the UK Film Council, which we all know the department is getting rid of it, basically. What's your feelings on that?
Well, the truth is it's impossible to tell yet, because until the Conservative government announces the cuts, that's what really matters. Someone's going to have to administer it, whether it's the Film Council or somebody else. What really matters is what cuts they're going to make, and we don't know what they are yet.
Who's that? That's Tamara Drewe.
She's poured herself into those shorts. They don't give her thrush.
You're a novelist in this movie with a bit of a, should we say, a cheeky side. Is that correct?
Well, I think he's got bored with churning out these thrillers, one a year, and I think he's got bored with the sort of idyllic domestic life that his wife has set up for him, with all this food constantly being baked and all the other writers being encouraged. And I think part of him wants to tear it all down, but another part of him hasn't got the courage, and so his way out of that is to...
I think we're all immensely proud being here tonight because we've got a UK film with a majority of a UK cast, with a great director, Tracy Seward, and of course the director, Steven Frears, who you've worked with before as well.
Yes, I have. Yes, I've worked with Steven before, and indeed Tracy, and all that lot. Yes, so that's been a great pleasure. Yeah.
What was it like working in the countryside, though, apart from on a film set, in a big film set in the studio, and outside in the rural areas?
Well, it was very nice, We were extremely lucky with the weather. The weather could have destroyed this film. If we'd have been filming in August and we'd had an August like the August we've just had, it would have been disastrous. But we were filming in the autumn. And as you know, the film covers all four seasons, so you need to get a lot of different kinds of weather. And it was, we were very, very lucky, and it was very, very pleasant to be down in Dorset in the countryside. Yeah.
Wherever she goes,
I'm from here, sort of.
heads turn.
Unlucky.
A movie comes along like this, where it's a comedy, all set in England, with a majority of a British cast. We all feel kind of proud to be here, don't we, on a night like this?
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I think we're right in making wonderful films, and long may it continue.
How do you feel about it? I was asking Steven about this, about the UK Film Council. Obviously, we get a lot of funding from the lottery, but like maybe a quarter of that money that's come from the past has come from the UK Film Council. How do you think movies will be affected by that in the future?
I don't know. I mean, I think everyone working in the film industry is in a state of shock. I think the Film Council have encouraged my work right from the word go. What they do is they have faith in a writer and see that writer through. They also have faith in the work of encouraging women's work as well. There are still tiny percentages of women working in the film industry, directing and writing. The Film Council has always encouraged that. And I don't really know nobody really knows what's going to happen now that they've gone. I think we're all just in a state of shock, actually.
The lottery funding will be enough?
We just have to hope so, don't we? We just have to hope so. And, it's such a brilliant export, the British film industry, and it deserves all the support it can get, really, from government.
Hearts melt.
Oh, my God.
And trouble follows.
I think she's coming in to eat.
I'm available.
Steven Frears?
Legend?
Yeah, legend in our own backyard. He's right here. He's right under our noses. He's been making films, since way before you were born.
Yeah, Well, yeah, Beautiful Laundrette was when I was probably about 16. It was probably the first big movie that I saw of his.
I know, and he's still there, still interested in telling stories and putting films together. It's what a privilege.
He's led many actresses he's led Dame Helen Mirren to an Oscar. So he must learn a lot on set from somebody like him.
You know what? He's the first person to say he doesn't know what he's doing. So I don't need to say that. He will tell you, I don't know what I'm doing. But I think it's that element of innocence that he comes.
He's a very humble man. He comes across quite humble as to what he's achieved.
I mean, he's never one to blow his own trumpet, but he is, and he would hate to stand here and hear me saying he is brilliant. He's a genius. But what he does is that he allows you to be the person that you are. He allows you to do your job, and if you don't do your job, then you're not there.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm dying to see it.
He hasn't seen the film. He's not seen the film.
I've not had a chance to see it. I've been poorly.
Blah, 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 blah.
But she may finally have met her match.
Andy.
Well, Steven will probably kill us for being so nice about him.
No, it won't.
He was really nice about us.
He'll have it on repeat.
Yeah, it was just such an education working with someone like that, and it was amazing. I've never worked professionally before, so it was just incredible. It was the best experience ever.
I've worked since I was younger, and through the years, because I've been a young person, like a really young person, a lot of the time directors don't always know how to talk to young people. They don't know how to talk to young people, and you get just completely put down and intimidated. And I found that the best part about working with him, the fact that he was really normal, and he knew how to talk to you, as well as the education that you're getting in acting.
Marriage. Remind me never to try it.
Oh, Andy. You're just a sex object. No one would have you.
With lots of roles on the table, how do you choose a role these days?
I think nowadays I just have to, there's different ways of choosing a role. Sometimes you do it because you need to pay the mortgage, and sometimes you do it because you really, really, really enjoyed the script, and that's what I did with this one. That's what I did with Alice Creed, and that's what I'm trying to do more and more now. So.
I've learned a lot from obviously a lot of British directors, Mike Newell, Guy Ritchie, now Steven Frears.
Yeah, Steven Frears is unbelievable. He's a genius, and I was quite sort of intimidated working with him, but when you get to know him, he's so bumbling and humble, and but a genius. I mean, you can't even put your finger on what it is he does that sets him apart. And in somebody else's hands, maybe the film would have turned out to be a little bit too twee, or wouldn't have the right level of darkness, or it's a very, very fine line, and he just could see that,
She doesn't need a boy. She needs a man.
How does the beautiful Gemma Arterton compare?
To the rest of them?
Oh, beautiful, of course.
Very well indeed. She's gorgeous, Gemma. Absolutely perfect to work with. Very, very talented, and kind of brought a lot of joy to the set every day, and kind of added to the very laid back and relaxed atmosphere that was on set on this film, which it needed to be, because we were all having to, in a way, take quite big risks with these what are essentially almost caricatures, because they're from a comic book. But it was important that they were truthful and real. And with someone like Steven at the helm of it, you felt in a very safe hands, and with someone like Gemma there all the time, it was great. We had a lovely time.
Marry the girl.
Well, another successful night here on the red carpet here at Leicester Square at the UK premiere of Steven Frears' new movie starring Gemma Arterton and Mr. Dominic Cooper just over there, the wonderful movie Tamara Drewe. We interviewed Dominic, we interviewed Gemma and Steven Frears. It's been another successful night. This is Andy Oliver signing out for premierscene.net.
Gemma Arterton is Tamara Drewe.
Good morning.
Morning.
Twat. Asshole.